within the United States, there has to be some amount of communication with officials for persons to understand that people are just coming here to participate.
We got to our first 3 medals last night. Can you tell us in terms of how the championships have been so far for you?
Well, I think we had a couple of disappointments that we had no control over. For example, the injury to Parchment. We had no control over that. A lot of persons thought that young Civil would have gotten a medal, and we hoped for the same. However, he's a young man. This is his first global final. I think that he did extremely well, and so we're extremely proud of him. In the relays, well, the mixed relay, we thought that we could have gotten a medal initially, but we had some issues with at least 3 of our 400-meter runners, and so we had to work with what we had in front of us. Overall, I think that we are doing the best that we can under the circumstances. We're extremely happy that we're able to have all the field events persons who turned up on, I think it was day 2, making the finals, especially the high jumpers. And so it's development in process. So where we are now, we would have wanted maybe another medal or 2, preferably a gold, but we're still on the journey to achieve what we came here to achieve.
I know it has not been the easiest build-up to these championships, especially regarding in terms of the visa issues. Gregory Prince managed to get his. Chad arrived in the day before his tournament. How difficult has been to manage that, and what do you think in terms of where the problems? Because it's not just Jamaica that's been experiencing this.
Well, I think there must be some acknowledgement on the part of countries who give persons the opportunity to come into their country, that persons are coming here to participate in sports. You may have others who have other ulterior motives, but you cannot use one situation to blank it all. And so the Gregory Prince situation affected us. He's a very talented young man, and we felt that if we had him here early in the camp, he could have helped us in our efforts in moving forward. So I think it is something that must be addressed by the powers that be, government to government. And for sports, for culture, I think there has to be provisions in place to assist athletes in traveling. I'm still somewhat surprised in terms of why we would have had some of these challenges, knowing the effort that would have been put in, especially from Oregon, from those Eugene, who would have organized the championships, and because we were involved from the initial build-up. So I think there should have been some amount of communication, what persons are coming here for. And so if you make a national team, once you don't have a criminal record and their background checks prove to be okay, it should not be an issue. However, I think that the Americans would have put some effort in trying to make this the meet a special one. I think the stadium is excellent. It's the best stadium for athletics I've ever been to in terms of spectators being able to have some amount of interaction with the athletes, very hands-on. So I think from that standpoint, great effort has been made. And there are still some areas that need some improvement, but overall I think that when there's an international meet that will be taking place within the United States, there has to be some amount of communication with officials for persons to understand that people are just coming here to participate. And as far as I know, we have never had any undue situations with persons not fulfilling their obligations of their visas when they come on international trips of this nature.
I know that for the first time in the championships, we're having a team kind of team award for the championships, not just individual medals. Does it change the dynamic in terms of how you plan to make sure that you be able to top 3 in the team events? If any, does it feel like champs a little bit?
Yeah, to some extent. I think it was a great initiative. But what we're focusing on now is to try our very best to get our athletes to perform at their optimum. It's important that we put everything in place to try to get them to perform at their best.